Good morning everyone, welcome to a brand new series called the Atomic Chess Speedrun, another one of those variants on chess.com that I fell in love with. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. Today we are playing 3 games, and in fact it has been quite a long time since I last played Atomic Chess. Heck, I didn't even know this account's atomic rating was so high. Therefore I may be going to mess up a lot for this video just to get myself remembering how to play the variant. E4. Knight F6. The rules are very simple. At every capture, the captured and the capturer will both disappear, and whichever pieces, not pawns, within the surrounding 8 squares, will also disappear. You can check out this video about atomic chess I made long ago, but I believe the rules are simple enough to understand. Queen F3. Aha! That blunders a queen. Knight takes c4 kaboom. We're up to a very great start. Bishop c4. Aha! He's threatening to go bishop takes f7 kabooming my king. d5 blocking the way. I mean, now if he can capture my pawn which also kaboom his bishop to open up the way for my queen to kaboom his king, that will be very convenient. I solemnly swear that this guy is not a paid actor. Queen takes d2. Exploding his king. Well, that was fast. Second game, let's go. Preferably I would like a stronger opponent because these games typically don't last very long, but having free wins isn't so bad at the end of the day. Knight f3. e5. I think that should be losing the game. To knight g5. I actually don't know, but the idea is knight takes f7 exploding the king, so he basically needs to move his f-pawn here, which then I think I can open up my dark bishop. fg5 bishop g5, he probably can still survive the game, but it is going to be a very difficult situation for him. Therefore he sacrificed his queen. So this guy immediately realized his mistake and sacked his queen. Very decisive. e3. d5. His queen is dead, so my queen is strong. Queen f3. Threatening queen f7 exploding the king. Bishop g4. That blunders a king. Another easy game. We're up to a very good start for this new series. Third game, let's go. Aha! Third game, we finally got a strong opponent. I look forward to my own blunders this game, because the second best way to learn is to make your own mistakes. Knight f3. Knight e5 and knight g5 are both very dangerous threats. f6 preventing both. Knight d4. Okay, that is a very concerning move. It looks very scary, but I guess the idea is just to go knight f5. I'll go knight h6. f3. c5. Knight b5. And in this very position, I blundered. You know what? For some reason, I don't want to move my king. Alright. It is actually fine. It's not like I'm gonna lose to a 1700 just by being down 12 points of materials. It is also a good chance to learn how to fight back in this variant being down a massive chunk of materials. c4. Knight f5. I'll try to do the same thing he did. It seems the knights are extremely strong in this variant. Gonna get this one as active as possible. e4. Knight d4. Queen a4. Very aggressive. That queen is threatening to explode my king. b5. Remember, he cannot take my pawn because the capture will also explode his queen. Queen a5. I'll give a check first. King d1. Okay, now he's threatening queen d8 check, which I cannot capture because it explodes my king. I have to run my king away. His king cannot take my knight. Kings in this variant cannot capture and explode themselves. My knight is probably going to stay there for a while. Knight c3. Knight d5 is very dangerous. e6. Queen c7. I'm not scared of a lone queen, especially when most of my pieces are already dead. g6. f4. And then in this position, I realized that I'd been missing a free knight for all this time. e4. c5. Preventing his bishop from coming out, because remember, if he takes my pawn, his bishop also explodes with it. f5. I'll retreat. e5. Bishop b4. Kaboom. Bishop to e2. Threatening to capture his bishop and explode his king. He moved his king away from the explosion. Kaboom. Opening up the e-file for my rook. Queen e5. Aha. That queen is threatening to win the game in a lot of ways. But sadly she has to die. King f3. Rook f8 check. King g4. Rook f5 check. King g5. And since kings cannot capture in this variant, h6. Checkmate in one with a pawn. Atomic Chess Speedrun today. 300% win rate.